One thing I have to admit is that I have to do a better job talking about the USL. It's just hard talking about two major professional sports leagues at the same time, especially when both leagues play their games on the same day. Like both MLS and USL play their games Friday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday. If both leagues were playing on different days, it'll be much easier for me to cover both leagues at the same time and talk about both leagues at the same time. USL expansion to Jacksonville. This is a developing story, and this is something that I will definitely talk more about in the off season because we're in the middle of a playoff push for both leagues. We're in the middle of the home stretch towards decision day. This is the last week of August. And this weekend, actually, starting this weekend, is going to be the last full month of the MLS regular season. So because of that, my time is more so dedicated to the playoff push, which teams are going to make it, which teams are not going to make it, potential coaching changes, player transfer, all that stuff is getting ready to start developing. You even have teams like DC United, San Jose, they got new coaches. But anyways, I'm going to talk more about this USL expansion to Jacksonville in the offseason because this is still a developing story. Lots to uncover, lots to unpack. The main thing, I like what the USL doing. The USL is fighting back. And this is what I want to see. I don't want to see the USL fold because a bigger, richer league is trying to flex its muscles and trying to take it out of business. I like what the people in Orange County did. Fight back. I like what the USL is doing. One thing that USL is, I can't really think of the right word, but the USL is starting to network with important people, popular people. Getting Tim Tebow, recruiting Tim Tebow to join your team is a major steal for you, Jacksonville, because the MLS could have done the same thing for their MLS Next Pro team or their next team, because the MLS wants to use Jacksonville as a developmental city. And a couple monologues ago, I said, no way a city as big and highly populated as Jacksonville should be treated like a developmental city. Jacksonville is not a developmental city. Jacksonville is similar to New Orleans. However, USL has a bigger opportunity to shine in Jacksonville than New Orleans because Jacksonville only has one major professional team. And that's the Jacksonville Jaguars of the NFL. There's no NBA, there's no MLB, there's no NHL. When it comes to college football, I'm assuming most of the people there are Florida Gator fans. But in the spring, summer, winter, the people don't have any other major professional sport team to cheer for. Yeah, the Jacksonville Armada exists, but look, they're third tier with NASL. People want to root for major professional teams, and USL Championship League is positioning itself to be a rival to the MLS. So this is big news. This is big news. And I like the fact that the USL is fighting back. In spite of the MLS trying to start a developmental team in Jacksonville, the USL is still going there and saying, this is people of Duval County, citizens of Jacksonville. The USL is going to provide you a real major professional team. They're not going to give you a developmental teams full of lower tier players that are trying to make it to the major leagues. The USL is not up there with the MLS in terms of money, But when it comes to skill and talent amongst the players, they're not that far behind. And the league is still growing. It's still developing. And this is good because it'll be more affordable for you people of Jacksonville, especially with the inflation and the way the economy is going on right now. It'll be more affordable for you to attend a USL game rather than an MLS game. Look, soccer needs a large majority of Americans need to be able to have the opportunity to attend a professional soccer game. And the MLS will not be able to provide that opportunity. It's no fault of their own. It's just the reality is the MLS can't start a major team in every city. And every city don't want developmental teams. So this is when the USL comes in. The USL taps to and invests in the cities that the MLS is not capable of doing because they already have so many teams to begin with. This is why I like the fact that the USL is fighting back. And the USL, they're taking notes. They're learning from the MLS because this Tim Tebow move is similar to what the MLS has done with Patrick Mahomes, the rapper from Memphis. His name is Yo Gotti, the running back for the New Orleans Saints, Mark Ingram. Those three guys. Oh, Derrick Henry from Tennessee Titans. Those four guys have ownership stakes in an MLS club. Yo Gotti and Mark Ingram for DC United. Patrick Mahomes for Kansas City. Derrick Henry for Nashville. And hopefully Tim Tebow being part of the USL will attract more investors to invest in an affordable league. It's a good thing that there are not one, but two major professional leagues that American soccer players can choose from. You see, gridiron football players, they don't have that option. And I know about USFL, XFL. Those are unstable. We know their history. They're fragile. They're undependent. They're not dependable. Basketball is just NBA. Baseball is just MLB. Now I know, don't bring up the other developmental leagues. I'm not talking about developmental leagues. USL Championship League is not a developmental league. NHL, it's just NHL for hockey. So soccer is the sport that has multiple legitimate leagues for youth to choose from. And you also got Liga MX in Mexico. You got the Canadian Premier League in Canada. You got the Caribbean leagues that's still young and still in the early stages, but there's potential down there. There's multiple opportunities for American soccer youth to become professionals, and they don't have to rely on one major league. This is why the USL you have to continue to fight for your life. And bringing in Tim Tebow is going to help sustain you. So, this is a development story. I'm going to talk more about this in the off season.